Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. It is a fabulous spring day in the Lake District. I'm just coming through the centre of Millom, and as you can all probably tell by now, Mr. Suzuki here passed his MOT yesterday afternoon. I checked online at 4 o'clock and he had passed. So I am absolutely delighted. I went to the MOT garage this morning at around about 7 o'clock, picked him up, rode him home. It just wasn't enough. So I'm out now for a short blast just to remind myself how much I like this motorcycle. The magnificent beast, my Yamaha XV S650, is having a sulk. He's had me all to himself these last 6 months, but now Mr. Suzuki is back. You know what, they're going to have to learn to live together. I'll do my best to give them equal attention, but I think it's pretty clear that for the coming week at least, I'm going to be out on Mr. Suzuki a whole lot more. I'm going to pull over here at the lay-by in about half a mile and have a little talk about this motorcycle. You can just feel the power. I'd almost forgotten. So, as you can see, it's lambing season. How cute. Funnily enough, just the other evening, I had a very nice meal of lamb's heart. Delectable. Anyway, Mr. Suzuki, back on the road. As you can see, still very much a work in progress. Mr. Suzuki and I have been down the road together. Well, not quite together. We had 2 slides. All of the scuffing we've sanded down, we've filled in. The proper Suzuki lively yellow paint is coming soon. The exhaust has been welded and repaired completely. It passed the MOT with just one advisory, which is one of the exhaust pipes up here is blowing ever so slightly. We'll soon get that sorted out. You will notice that I have no wing mirrors. At the moment, they've gone missing somewhere during the 6 months that Mr. Suzuki has been off the road. I've ordered some new ones, they're coming tomorrow. It does feel very strange to be riding without being able to see what's behind you. I guess that the way around that for the moment is to go so fast that nobody's going to be tailgating me anyway, as if I would. How do you do that blur thing on your Speedo when you're riding? I'll find out. Basically taking them out for a short spin now just to make sure that everything is okay. I've been doing 30 miles an hour to get here. Everything feels fine. I need to open this up a bit and convince myself that there's not much more that needs doing for the motorcycle to be ready. So I'm just going to go down the road here to Dublin Bridge, turn around and come back. I've then got quite a bit to do both on this motorcycle and on the magnificent beast. We have our 6-7 day camping trip coming up around about this time next week. and so I need to put the rear seat back on the Magnificent Beast, which is what I'll be going on that holiday on, simply because it's difficult to hang the saddlebags without the rear seat on. It also allows me a little space to put the tent and sleeping bags into, so that will get done this afternoon. Both bikes are going to get a thorough clean and polish, and hopefully by lunchtime tomorrow the new wing mirrors will turn up and I will be out for an afternoon and evening's riding. Absolutely delighted that he's back on the road. Second gear, 60 miles an hour. The contrast between this machine and the XPS 650 is stark. Whereas, and this is not in any way to detract from the Magnificent Beast, but whereas with him you really have to be firm about the acceleration. It's almost as though you've got to send it an email and tell it you want it to accelerate. There is that delay. With this monster, it's just there. Already I can feel myself just listening to what the machine is saying, and what it says to me continually is, come on, faster. I was just doing 40 something in a 30. I need to not do that. But yeah, just so much power by comparison. As I say, it really is kind of peculiar not having wing mirrors here. I was, when we couldn't find the mirrors, quite concerned that I might have to postpone and reschedule the MOT, but then I had a closer look at what a motorcycle actually needs to get an MOT, and it does not, surprisingly enough, include wing mirrors. They are of course advised, and god damn it, I do miss them, but they are not a legal requirement at all. Yes, indeed. I really had forgotten how much I love this machine. And flies on the visor already. I was able very easily, it was a very smooth process to put Mr. Suzuki here on the same policy for insurance that I have with David's for the Magnificent Beast, and it only cost me about an extra 50 quid, I think it was, so barely noticeable. Here we are then, arriving at Dun Bridge, and I am going to turn around here because much as I feel the urge to just keep going and going all afternoon from here, I'm really not comfortable with not having wing mirrors. So I'm going to be disciplined, knowing that I'll get a good few hours riding in tomorrow, and I'm going to go back home. It is certainly sounding very, very sweet. Joys of motorcycling. Hope you've enjoyed this little film. I've certainly enjoyed making it, as you can probably tell from the slight wobble in my voice. I do get excited about things like this, and if at this point you haven't already liked and subscribed, you might like to consider doing so now. As I always say, there is a lot more to come. See you in the next one. Mr. Suzuki is back.